Hey, coming at you today with a fun one. We're back in the armory, and I bought myself another helium hammock, both the platform for the bottom here and the saddle. I've enjoyed this saddle, but it really only has a purpose for me on public land and places where I've got to take down the saddle and not leave my stand up. Otherwise, I'd prefer a stand, which is set for the whole season I can go in and out of. But the helium is light. It's easy and it's not the most expensive. You can probably get one for about $275 for the saddle and probably about $150 for the base. So to me, that's probably one of the more affordable ones on the market. Hawk makes good equipment, which I appreciate, and they give you all the supplies needed. I would say if you added the sticks to this, you're probably pushing $500, to get into the saddle world, so to speak. This is the unboxing. This is my second one of these. I'm buying this one just to use for practice, to teach people how to shoot out of a saddle and to get people used to ground angles. As you know, the armory is set up as kind of a training area, and this is a nice way of doing it. I've got two platform stands on there already, one kind of set for a right-hand shooter, one set for a left-hand shooter, and then I'm going to put this behind the tree so we can start working here with the saddle. So again, this is the top of the armory. You can see I have two platform stands. I'm wrapping around the platform here for the helium saddle, and I'm getting it attached down as best I can. And then I'm going to go up and put the tether, or the main one that you saddle off of, up here on the top. Now granted, normally you would take this and go up with your sticks. You get to your top part, you'd set your base, step onto your base like this, and then set your top. I find this to be, as an older person, a little bit more cumbersome than just walking out with your bow, hooking it up to a rope, climbing up in your deer stand, and pulling your bow up into the deer stand. But again, in a public situation where you can leave nothing behind, you want to be able to hunt anywhere, these are nice. They're very nice. And unless you got a light climber like I've shown in my other videos, the climbers are a little bit more cumbersome to carry in. This is nothing to carry in. Comes in a bag. You can strap it onto your backpack and go in with your bow, and everything's on you, and you're probably literally less than 5 pounds of weight. It's really light. So what I'm doing here is kind of adjusting things to get it ready for the students. This is the back strap area of it. I'm getting it hooked into the D-loop. There's a purling knot on this that slides up and down on this rope, so it bites in when you pull on it, and that'll work perfect. So now I've got the saddle on it. I got the back piece on it, so I'm just going to try it out here myself. I'm going to just put the back area on. I'm going to step into the saddle. There's only 2 straps to really put on this saddle, which makes it nice. They're the crotch straps or groin straps, whatever you want to call them. They go through 2 nice anchors. They're pretty adjustable. This one's got kind of a padded butt to it. Now again, if you're going to hunt and you want a lot of carrying bags with you, I get it. You'll buy one of the competition saddles that are out there. But this saddle is affordable, and it's nice, and it works really well. I'm just testing it, make sure it's biting in well, make sure my knots are doing well. I'm going to slide this thing up. I'm going to step up onto my platform, and I'm going to make sure everything's in place, and then it feels actually pretty good. This will be really nice for them to shoot out of and learn from. I'm really trying to teach accuracy and safety kind of at the same vantage point. And now I'm just going to take it off, 2 groin straps, down it comes, piece of cake, folks. First student up tonight, Jimmy. He's a great kid. He's, I think he's been in a saddle or 2 before. So, we're just talking about angles with him and getting him to shoot and getting him used to the purling knot in this particular style. He's kind of getting it set where he wants it. He's getting a feel of it. Once he's in place, we'll let him take some wax. I've got a deer that's sitting down, probably 60-degree angle from him here, maybe 8 yards out, maybe 6 to 8 yards out. It's going to be a little bit of a tight shot down, but there he goes. He's getting it. He's getting the feel of this. And then we'll go down and look at the target and check angles. And that's a little tricky because, if you're doing quartering away or quartering to, here I'm just showing him how he can brace his knees up against it. You can put on knee pads, or you can put a tree kneer in there, which is a piece of foam. But I want him to get used to shooting that way too, because sometimes you don't want to stand the whole entire time. So again, he did well. He's getting used to this. He's getting the feel of it. Tonight we were shooting a lot of different angles. I think they took about 25 to 50 shots at some extreme angles. And you can see here as he's hitting them, this is the angle he's shooting down at. It's a sand floor, so that's great for the arrows. He's shooting into that deer pretty nicely. He's staying up on that animal, which is excellent. This is a quartering away kind of shot at a steep angle. And I just want him to understand those angles. I've got Owen coming up next. He's been doing some shooting too. We're going to go down there and talk about it with the guys so they understand the angles they're shooting and why they shoot these angles. We're going to look at exit points and where we want to go. All three of these shots right now would have probably double lunged this deer, which is fantastic. When you're doing a steep shot on a quarter away, I'm going to probably go for a double lung before I'll try to get a heart. Because if you get the heart, there's a chance you miss the other lung. And if you miss the lung and you miss the heart, boy, you've only killed one side of this animal. It's going a long ways, folks. So again, it's good practice. This is why I bought the second saddle. I think the helium's really nice because it's light. I thank Hawk for making something that's more affordable. Because again, you can get these for probably $275, $280, maybe $290. You buy the base for it, you're probably out another $150. At that point, you're pushing, close into the $4s. And then if you buy the sticks with it, you're probably pushing close to $5. That's more affordable than a lot of the models on the market, folks. A lot of saddles are in the middle $3s to $4s, and you haven't bought the sticks and you haven't bought the base yet. So I'm real pleased that the Armory is starting to work out the way we want. I'm starting to enjoy getting back into angle teaching. I've always been teaching more advanced archery technique, especially for hunters and people that, just need some good bow experience. In the barn, we can only shoot 20 to 30 yards. But boy, when you start talking angles, we're talking 6 to 30 yards at angles. That's a whole different game. Here we are suiting up the last shooter of the night. It's Owen. He's never been in a saddle, so that's a fantastic thing to show. He's kind of getting used to it. He's getting the feel of it. He's kind of setting his back strap. We'll get him to set the saddle here in a second. Now that's kind of set. He's playing a little bit with angles and figuring out his angles, figuring out how it feels to get in it. It takes a little longer when you got a new person. And the first time they climb a tree, that'll take them a little longer too as they learn to put their sticks in and work their way up the tree. So now we're giving him the bow, we're letting him feel his knees, getting the feel of the swing, and he's going to try to pull it. This first couple draws might be a little interesting to him. As he starts to feel it, he's trying to get his leverage. He's moving his legs around a little at the bottom there. It's not quite as stable as I'd like, but hey, when you're learning, you got to figure out things a little bit. So you'll figure out how to do this without moving so much. It just takes a little bit of time, folks. So before I get all the, hate and, he's not on there right, give these kids a chance. These are young, 16 to 18-year-old boys learning how to shoot an angle, learning how to kill a deer. I'm going to move him around to the other side. He was shooting to what we call the strong side or strong arm. Now he can learn to shoot to his weak side or weak arm. It's not the easiest shooting position. He's figuring it out, though, and he pulls off a very nice shot. And I'm very pleased. Now he's going to learn to loosen his pursing knot and get down safely. And I think he gets the feel of this, and that's exactly what I wanted, folks. It's working great. Please like and subscribe, and again, support our channel. Thank you, folks.